Hey everyone, it's Samantha, and I'm back with another story. This one, this one is still happening, and I don't know what to do. So, okay, here goes. It all started about 3 weeks ago. At first, I wrote it off as insomnia. You know how it is. Too much coffee, too much stress, too much late-night scrolling. But this was way different. I've always been a light sleeper. The slightest noise can wake me up. But lately, I've been waking up to something else. It's not a loud sound. It's soft, like fabric brushing against wood. A faint shuffling coming from the corner of my room, from my closet. Initially, I told myself it was just the house settling. Houses make weird noises, right? But the thing is, it only happens after 3 a.m., always. The first time I truly heard it, I thought I was dreaming. I was in that foggy state between sleep and waking when I heard my closet door creak open. That long, slow, whining sound that old doors make. I shot up in bed, my heart pounding, trying to make my eyes focus in the dark. The moonlight was just bright enough to show me the shapes in my room. My dresser, the pile of laundry I keep meaning to fold, and that thin, black slit where my closet door was now slightly ajar. I stared at it, holding my breath, for what felt like an eternity. Nothing moved. I finally managed a shaky laugh, got out of bed, and pushed the door shut. But as my fingers touched the wood, I felt a jolt. It was like static electricity, but alive. A cold charge that crawled up my arm and made the hair on my neck stand on end. I told myself it was just my imagination and went back to bed. The next night, it happened again. The same creak, the same faint shuffle. The air in the room felt thick, almost suffocating. I started sleeping with the lamp on, but that only made it worse. Now I could see the shadows. As I'd try to fall asleep, I'd glance over at the closet and swear I saw something move, something darker than the shadows around it, shifting, almost breathing. Once, I even saw 2 tiny reddish glints, like a pair of eyes reflecting the light. I blinked, and they were gone. By the 5th night, I was a complete wreck. I had dark circles under my eyes, I wasn't sleeping, I had no appetite. I half-jokingly told a friend at work that my closet was haunted. She laughed, but then she saw the look on my face. She told me to sprinkle a line of salt across the doorway and hang an iron key on the handle, some old superstition from her grandmother. I was desperate, so that night, I did it. I poured a shaky line of salt across the carpet, hung my keychain on the knob, and even said out loud, "You're not welcome here." It didn't work. At exactly 3:17 a.m., I was woken by a sound I will never, ever forget. It was a low, guttural growl, like an animal trying to form words, and then came 3 distinct knocks from inside the closet. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I could barely breathe. Every fiber of my being screamed at me not to look, but I couldn't help it. I turned my head. The closet door was wide open. The air in the room turned icy cold, and my breath fogged in front of my face. And then I saw it. A shape. Tall and distorted, stretching out from the darkness of the closet like smoke taking form. It didn't step out completely, it just stood there, its outline shifting and rippling like heat waves. Its face, if you could even call it that, was a void. A complete absence of light, except for 2 faint red pinpricks where its eyes should have been. I couldn't scream. All I could manage was a whisper. "What do you want?" And for the first time, it answered. Not with words, not at first. Just a hiss that slithered between syllables. But underneath that sound, a voice spoke directly into my mind. "You called me." I shook my head, tears streaming down my face. No, I didn't." "Yes, you did," it whispered in my thoughts, every night, when you thought of the dark, when you feared the silence. I came because you fed me." My stomach dropped. "Fed you?" "Fear, loneliness, regret," it said. "You feed us with what you try to forget." As it spoke, an immense pressure settled on my chest, like invisible hands pushing me down. I gasped, trying to fight, but I was pinned. My heart was hammering so loud I thought it would burst. And then, just as suddenly, it stopped. The pressure vanished. The shadow receded back into the closet. I scrambled out of bed and flipped on every single light. The closet was empty. Just clothes, shoes, and dust. I stayed awake until sunrise, just shaking. The next day, I called a local priest. I didn't tell him everything, just that I felt a dark presence in my house. He came and blessed the place, sprinkled some holy water, and told me to get some rest. That night, I actually slept. No sounds, no movement. For the first time in days, I dreamed. Nice dreams, about my mom, about sunshine. And then, creak. The sound jolted me awake. Same sound, same time. I flicked on the lamp, and my closet door was wide open again. But this time, something was different. Burned into the inside of the door were scorched, black letters that weren't there before. The word read, "Welcome." That was 4 nights ago. Now it comes every night. It doesn't hide in the closet anymore. It stands at the foot of my bed, a tall, smoky silhouette just watching me. Sometimes it whispers in a language that physically hurts to hear. I can't move when it's here. I can't scream. I can't even pray. It waits until I'm right on the edge of sleep, and then it says, "You don't have to be afraid anymore." But I am. Because last night I realized something terrifying. When I finally managed to glance at the mirror on my dresser, I didn't see just one shadow standing there. I saw 2. Thanks for listening. If you have any idea what this is, please let me know. Be sure to subscribe for more updates, if I can give them. Stay safe.